What is your primary focus? Where does the ideation start?
For each one of us, it is important at any moment of time, reflect that what is the future that we are going to create for ourselves. And that brings us to ask this question to us, what opportunity lies in that context? If you look at that and you think about India, and you think about how an India will be 20 years from now, we get extremely excited about what is our strength and what is our consumer wanting and how can we play a role in that.
Do you think any of the new businesses that you have built or you've invested in, do you think any one of them will become a household name like Parachute?
Here is the point. There are sweet spots on every businesses on which we know today we are winning. As a design, we are a kind of company which talks about how will we win next quarter, how shall we win next year, and how over a long time we will win.
Well, we have Mr. Sanjay Mishra, who is the Chief Operating Officer at Marico and also the head of new businesses that they acquire. Marico, as you always already know, is a household name. One of every 3 consumer in India has a Marico product. However, what's exciting is that they're now venturing into new businesses where they're investing in e-commerce, D2C brands, and a lot more in this space. So I would like to know from you, whenever you are strategizing or creating a strategy for Marico in terms of the existing or new businesses, what is your primary focus? Where does the ideation start?
See, in every business, there are North Stars that drive you. For each one of us, it is important at any moment of time to reflect that what is the future that we are going to create for ourselves. In our case, we are very excited that we participate in a market like India. India itself is evolving, so is the consumers in India evolving. And that brings us to ask this question to us, what opportunity lies in that context? If you look at that and you think about India, and you think about how an India will be 20 years from now, we get extremely excited about what is our strength and what is our consumer wanting and how can we play a role in that. So largely we first focus on thinking about, to our consumer cohorts, what are the different needs that are coming up and how can I use that and work on the strengths that we have as a company to win on that. Our strategies on portfolio tells us that the India of tomorrow and America of tomorrow should not only keep continuing growing on the core, but should also keep working on diversifying itself.
Right.
Diversification, we look at different consumer cohorts and then we decide what are the spaces which are getting exciting, where we can participate and where we believe we can create a differentiation.
Let me ask you this. Do you think any of the new businesses that you have built or you've invested in, do you think any one of them will become a household name like Parachute?
Here is the point. There are sweet spots on every businesses on which we know today we are winning. As a design, we are a kind of company which talks about how will we win next quarter, how shall we win next year, and how over a long time we will win. I think we have enough green shoots today to feel very confident about most of the new businesses that they have a long runway to go. And hence I'm very excited. For example, I spoke inside about Beardo, but if I had to give you an example on Beardo, Beardo is already a market leader in male grooming in online space. Now, as far as I'm concerned, think about it like this, that if India can be broken into a premium product and a mass product, today we have a Set Wet which is a leader in the mass and we have a Beardo which is a leader in premium. As India will evolve, the premium size will continue becoming bigger and there will be no reason to believe tomorrow that Beardo may not be the biggest male grooming brand in India. Similarly, the other investments that we have done, we are very positive about them. They are each one of them in their different journey. They are trying to hit their own milestones and we see things by milestone. At this moment of time, we remain focused on saying that our food business will hit about 850 to 1,000 crore by next year. And similarly, our digital business would be about 400 to 500 crores by next year.
Wow, that's ambitious. Certainly, I mean, with the expertise that you have in understanding the root and understanding the core of the customer, I think that doesn't change depending on the platform you choose. I think platform or the I mean, it's just a channel through which you can reach your customer, right? Do you aim for your D2C brands to become an offline brand? Is that how you strategize? Like maybe now it's a D2C brand, down the line it'll become it'll be in every retail shop. Is that how you plan, or is it like, okay, this is just for D2C, it is just for online, and this is just for the masses?
We have a strategic business planning process in which we decide what is the strategy we are going to take with every brand, even in go-to-market, which includes things like when we shall sell online, at what scale and what level, which portfolio, which geography, should we try or not try offline. We work with that plan. We keep revisiting that plan also. And the fact is, here is what I think. I think the brands at this moment of time that we already have some brands which are online as well as offline. And then there are some brands that I'm very confident sooner than later will also be offline.
Okay, so maybe what I'm understanding is the long term for every brand, sooner or later, ends up becoming the masses.
See, when the brand becomes large, even if it becomes large online, there is a larger awareness it builds. When it builds a larger awareness,
That can be used.
this can be used offline also.
Exactly. Because when they see the ad of that product online, maybe they might not buy it then. But when they go to a retail store, they might see that brand and
Absolutely. Though there are different Indias, different consumer cohort, you also have to create different propositions for that. So for example, if I were to take you an example of Beardo, am I selling the full portfolio offline? The answer is no. But there is already a demand for EDT, which is the perfume of Beardo. There is a demand for deos of Beardo. There is a demand for face wash of Beardo. So some of these products we bring offline.
Wow, that was an insightful conversation. Thank you for sitting down with us, Mr. Sanjay. And thank you for coming for our JBN event and gracing us with your presence.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.